I'm here to be seen.
I see.
I'm here to be seen.
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 I see you.
I'm here to be seen.
I see you.
And you're ready? Looking up, hands on your chin, and coming down. Rolling down through your spine. And taking softening your knees a bit deeper this time. Rolling up. Breath in. Breathing out. And again. I want you to think of some significant events in your life. It could be something like getting your first dog, or it might be the first time someone left me. It's completely up to you.
My first ball game.
That was hard. My first day at school.
Well, fast. The first time I climbed a tree.
Audacious. When I lost my beard.
Really free.
A film.
Amazing. When my daughter first said, "Doggy." Incredible.
I want you to envelop yourself in your memories. Crush yourself. Wrap them all around you. And lift them up over your head. Breathe in. And drop them. And catch them. Catch them up. And push them away softly. And then put them underneath your hands. And flatten them, pull them back. Wrap yourself in your memories. Think about how they're feeling. Are they hard? Or are they soft and nice? Change your mind. Lift them up. Breathing in. And release them. Drop them on the ground. Pick them up. And push away.
This is my older self writing to me now. Dear Antonia, listen. You need to listen to yourself, not everyone else. You're so much more than you think you are.
It's time to stop all that rushing around you do. You seem to take on too much. Why not put your feet up for a while and rest every day or so? Those exercise classes are important to keep fit, but there's a limit to what responsibilities you take on. Now I think of it, your last email to me was written at 1 o'clock in the morning. Why are you still going to bed so late?
And as you grow up, there will be lots of opportunities for you without maths. And don't worry about needlework either.
I was a happy little girl. I had a good friend who lived down the road. Her parents had a shoe shop, a small warehouse for stock and samples, and a small workshop. We loved playing in that warehouse, which was full of boxes. We always discovered something new. I loved playing a secretary, answering the phone. At home we didn't have a phone, but we were allowed to use the one of the undertaker, who had a parrot in a cage next to the phone.
Dear Rosamond, it is your 80th birthday. Congratulations. Although, you must be able to guess, of course, 80 isn't all that impressive these days. It's the new 60, 2/3 of the way through life, and that's if you die young. Still, staving off death isn't the same as preserving youth. I won't go into the list of ailments you have now, or have been through in the last 10 years, but you must know that physical and mental disintegration are inevitable. And as is the feeling that the world around you has slipped away.
Why do you have to worry so much? Don't get caught up with allowing negative thoughts from stopping you doing the things you want to do. You are justified, good enough, allowed to follow your dreams. Go into experiences with a wide open heart. Don't allow fears and past experiences to cloud the future.
I walk with a strut that probably looks more like a waddle. My hair will be wiry like a witch. I will look like a cartoon of a witch, and I will enjoy this comparison. Sometimes I will play up to this type and hiss and shout at boo at small children. I will love clothes and dressing up as I do now. Some days I will look at myself in the mirror and think I should dress more appropriately for my age, and some days I will look at myself and say, what the hell, I'm 80.
But about being old, young, and just be happy or balanced people, as balanced as we could possibly be in time.
I can't really remember what I really was at 8. You know, I was a kid that ran the streets and played in bomb sites. And but I did have one ambition, and that was because I wanted to be a dancer. And I guess it was a sort of, in a way, a conditioning as well, because my mother's Russian.
And the one thing I always wanted to be is a nurse. From the age of 8, 9, I can remember saying to my mom and dad when they said to me, what you want to be? I want to be a nurse and marry a doctor.
Head, or maybe I'm here and I want to listen to where it's happening on her left. So I get a sense and play with time. Maybe you want to be faster or harder or slower. Does this make sense? Can you feel what I mean? Awareness. What are you learning about this person's memory? Can you just take a moment to say what you saw, or what you saw in somebody else's memory? Does that make sense? What you were, just very, very quickly. We're going to actually do some reflections. Maybe you didn't see anything, but was there anything you experienced when you were listening to that person?
Moving in space in an improvisational way, I feel very, very at home. And I felt you did as well.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So we were quite okay together.
And I was surprised that I was doing things with my body that I didn't know I could do.
Oh.
And we're all going to follow, and what you're all going to do is experience my memory. And actually, I'm not actually moving with the memory, I will start now. So you're going to experience my memory. Don't worry if you think you're not doing what I'm doing, just follow the person in front. They're your guide to my memory.
There were some really, really beautiful moments when there was one group kind of like leaning back and up with their arms like this, while the other group were like crouched right down, and then it like changed, and it felt like there was a connection even though that you were apart. And yeah, this idea that you were saying of at first when the groups merged, some of you were still following one thing and the others were doing that, and that was really interesting dynamic to watch as well.
matter because you were at the front and I was at the back, and I couldn't really see every gesture if your body was blocking your hands. But still not trying to copy what the second group was doing.
Oh, right,
So thinking about where else the hand could go, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But still keeping your physicality. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
And you're mirroring this, and I'm mirroring this. You know, it's kind of like we are.
Yeah.
I could see that thing in between us, where we're both, you know, just like connected. So it's kind of like I did feel like this. That when I turned, there was this energy coming from you.
Yeah.
And she said something, and it sparked off another memory in me. I mean, memories are there, but you don't keep bringing them to the surface. But that was really good. It was more than one too, wasn't it? More than one. Yeah, really good that.
I think it's very hard to actually really practice it in some kind of way to relieve those memories. They do stay in your body, I'm sure. I think that's where illnesses come from. I think everything stems from certain kinds of memories.
I would like to say, when you get older, you seem to be invisible sometimes.
But is it, if you say, who am I, then you're sort of pinpointing yourself in time.
Yeah.
Because you change all the time.
So I think whatever happens to you when you're young, you tend to repeat it over and over in your life. It's like, makes a
pattern.
A pattern, And you just said that the body, you let go of your body, or I think the body lets go of you.